Hi friends, welcome to all of you who are returning viewers and any new viewers. My name is Molly. I go by Molly McMaker here on YouTube and over on Instagram. This is a channel about cross stitch and sometimes some other crafty things, but today is mostly going to be about cross stitch. Today is Friday, September the 27th, and this is Flosstube number 7, I think. So let's get into the stitchy projects. So since I last spoke to you 2 weeks ago, I have worked on 5 projects and I stitched for 12 days during those 2 weeks for 6,861 stitches, and I have 2 finishes. I'm so excited. The first finish that I wanted to talk about today is Haunted House Trio by Waxing Moon Designs. This is stitched on 16 count Haunted by Picture This Plus. I stitched on this for only 2 days in the last 2 weeks to get the finish for 907 stitches. And this is what she looks like. I'm so happy how this turned out. It was so cute. I have another Waxing Moon finish that has like 3 houses. And so I want to do, you know, a bunch of seasonal stitches so that I can switch them out. So I stitched the houses with some variegated thread, mostly just from Stash. You know, I've got a DMC color card and I just kind of looked up the DMC color that was called for and tried to pull from my stash that worked best. And yeah, I am so excited to have this finished. It's so cute. I love Halloween. And yeah, I can't wait to get this fully finished. My plan for this weekend is to go to Michael's and see if I need to get any finishing supplies to get this fully finished so that I can get this up on the wall or up for display for October, which is only in 4 days. The last time I showed this, I was asking about the ghost and if I should stitch him or stitch this ghost in glow floss, since this guy wasn't. I ended up not stitching him in glow floss. I just couldn't unpick this one and restitch it. I just don't have enough time for that. Someone had suggested like going over it, but I just really didn't want to restitch him. So moving forward, probably all my white stuff in spooky finishes will be stitched in the glow floss. But this guy is finished and I'm excited about that. It looks so cute. My next finish is Halloween Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. I stitched this on 36 count Doubloon by Picture This Plus. I started this the day before my last floss tube, and I stitched on it for 1 day then, and then 5 days in this last 2 weeks. So I only stitched on it for 6 days total. The last 2 weeks I did 2,500 stitches on it to get the finish. And this is what she looks like now. Oh gosh, it's so cute. I love Halloween. I love all these Tiny Town series. This one is so super cute. I did not, one of my eyeballs. I did not use, I don't know that I used any of the called for threads. Again, I just pulled from Stash. It did have like one black, so for the house and the tree and the bats and the roof and all the black was all supposed to be the same black. But I felt like that was a lot of black, so I used 2 different ones. One was from Color and Cotton, and the other one I believe was like Black Coffee from Weeks Dye Works, and so it's kind of a little bit more of a gray black, just to get a little bit of variety. So I stitched with that on the house and in this roof. And then I think these trees were supposed to be, I think they were charted in the black as well, and I switched it to like a darker brown just to get some more variety in there. But there were quite a few oranges called for, and I did combine some of the oranges. I was hoping to get a little bit more variation in this house. He's got some little stripes, and I just don't know that you can see them super well. If you look up close, I mean, you can see them, but I wish there was a little bit more variety there. But it's super cute. I'm super happy with this. I wanted to finish this before today's video so that I could show it. I'm also planning to fully finish this weekend so I can get it on my spool and out for decoration for the Halloween season. So this is my Halloween tiny town. So now I want to talk about the whips that I worked on in the last 2 weeks. So the next project is Dark Queen of the Earth by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I stitched this on one of the called for fabrics, which is 32 count Nightshade by Under the Sea Fabrics. I stitched on this for 4 days and got 1,794 stitches. And this is what my progress looks like now. I think I mentioned this last time, but I just did not want to stop stitching on this. Like, I really had to like force myself to put it down so that I could meet some of my other goals for September. And you know, I don't know why, I haven't had this desire to work on this project since I started it, but I'm going to keep going with it. So I'm excited I definitely plan on working on this in October. And so I'm excited to work on that. So the last time I showed it to you, I had like her body and her little feet things. And so I've been working on this branch, and this is like a little thorn bush kind of guy. I think I only have, so I did 1,800 stitches, and I think I only have like 1,000 more stitches to finish this off. I am going to, there is this tall, I don't know, part of the tree that kind of goes up the side that I am planning to eliminate as of right now. So I won't be stitching that. And, you know, there's a couple other things that I was planning to eliminate, and we'll see how it looks at the end. And if it still looks good, then I'll, you know, just not stitch those. You know, I can always go back if I want to. But I'm really close to finishing off this part, which I believe is part 4, because this was 1, 2, and 3. So I think this is part 4. And then this side over here, I believe was only 2,500 stitches. And again, I'm eliminating a little bit of it. So maybe that'll be closer to like 2,000 or less. But yes, very, very excited on all the progress I'm making on my Dark Queen. She looks so good. So yeah, this is my Dark Queen of the Earth. The next project that I worked on is Greenhouse of Oddities by Lola Cross Stitch. And this is stitched on 32 count Silver Fox by Fiber on a Whim. I only stitched on this for 1 day and 510 stitches, and I sort of met my goal. I really wanted to complete one of the releases over the next couple months to kind of stay on track. But one of them was a little bit small and I was kind of crunched for time this month. So I'm just calling this a win and being done with this for the month. But this is my greenhouse of oddities. So I stitched this, oh gosh, I can't even remember what it's called now. We have one I live in the Houston area, and we have a Houston Museum of Natural Science. And just this last year, it blooms a corpse flower. That's what it is. It's a corpse flower. Ours bloomed. Apparently it's really stinky. I wasn't able to get to the museum in the few days when it bloomed, so that was really a bummer, but maybe next year, not next year, the next time, which I think it blooms like once every 20 years. So we'll see. But anyways, so this was only 500 stitches. I would have preferred to get closer to 1,000 or 1,200 stitches in on this, this month to call it, to, you know, check the box that I did my stitching for the month. But I'm just really, like I said, short on stitching time, and I've got a lot of goals. So we're calling this a win. But it looks really good. It was really enjoyable stitching this. I love stitching the color, and it looks really good. And I can't wait to finish this and get some more stitches in it. But this is Greenhouse of Oddities. And the last project that I wanted to show you is the Halloween Snail by the Stitch Crypt. I am stitching mine on 32 count flannel flower by Fox and Rabbits Designs. I've stitched on this for 2 days and did 1,131 stitches. I started this with a friend of mine, and we started a stitch along, so a SAL. The SAL is Halloween Snail X Stitch. And I have that in the description box below if you want to join us. But this is my progress on my snail. But he is just so cute. I think the last time I saw this, I didn't have the pumpkin quite finished yet, so I finished in the pumpkin. I outlined my snail, I put his little face mask on, and then I started filling this in. I had to take my daughter into the doctor's this last week, and apparently they were just super busy because we had to wait so long. So I'm so glad that I brought this project, because I would have been really, really mad if I would have just been sitting there like twiddling my thumbs and didn't have something productive to do while I was at the doctor's office. And this was all just fill in, so it was real easy to just fill it in. I think I filled in like almost this entire area right here waiting to see the doctor. And then they moved us to the back and I could hardly see, so I slowed down. But anyways, but this is Halloween Snail, and I'm hoping to finish this by the end of October. I have a lot of hefty October goals, so hopefully we can get this finished, because I don't think that there's a whole lot of stitches in this entirely, because really I believe this is all just fill in, and then it's just some like things around the edge, which might take a little bit more time because it's more color changes, but hopefully by the end of October we'll have this finished too. It's Halloween Snail. So now I want to talk a little bit about my plans for the next 2 weeks. So I still have a couple more days left of September, and I'm planning to work on Autumn on Lazy Bear Mountain and my Newcastle Biscornu from Teresa Kogut. So I'm planning to work on each of those for 2 days for the next 4 days to the end of September. And then let me just look up some of my stats for the month. Was not prepared for that. But I worked on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 projects throughout the month. And I did a total of, well, I guess this isn't going to be my full months because we still have 4 more days. I've stitched 23 unique days in the month so far, and I've done 14,618 stitches in the month. So I'll have to look at some of my other months. That seems like quite a lot, but I did have that one day where I stitched like almost 1,000 stitches. But yeah, I also wanted to talk a little bit about my plans for October. So I do have several things that I wanted to start in October, and I'll talk about those now. So one of which, so I'm planning on 3 new starts in October. And the first one, so now that I have the Halloween Tiny Town, I can start these smalls. And so my plan is to finish one and then start the next one and then finish that one and then move on. The last one is a little bit of a bigger chart, so I don't think that I'm going to be able to finish it by the end of the month. So that'll probably carry to like next Halloween season. But it'll kind of replace the Haunted House trio in that kind of space. But the first one that I want to start is Halloween Doodles by Heart and Hand. Oh, this guy is so cute. I think I might gift this to a friend of mine. I don't know. I don't think I have any of the called for. But what I pulled for it is Classic Colorworks Black Coffee and this limey green daffodil from Weeks Dye Works. I've got one DMC. This is 3822. I've got guacamole. Actually, I think this is a called for. I do think I ordered that a couple weeks ago because I wanted the little Frankenstein and the October 31st to look pretty close to that. And then I have another DMC, this 761. And then I will be using the glow in the dark floss on this as well. So I'm excited about that start. The next one that I'm planning to start after I finish that is gonna be Fun Guy from Satsuma Street. So this is a cute little ornament from Satsuma Street. I feel like I've had this for a while and it's just been sitting in my stash. So I'm excited to start on this guy. It's a little kit, so I have everything in there. I would love to stitch some more of these. But I go back and forth on whether to get the kit or to try to do it myself. But I've kind of looked for the black perforated paper here and there. But I was also looking at her website the other day because she had a sale going on. And of course, by the time I saw it, which was a few hours after she sent the email about the sale, like all the things that I was interested in were sold out. So I didn't buy anything. Not that I needed anything. But I did notice that some of her little Halloween ornaments were not stitched on the black perforated paper. So I guess that might be easier to try to find. I saw in one of the groups that someone had mentioned that the black perforated paper was in stock at a particular store, and then I went and looked at it and it was out of stock. So I feel like I've heard that black perforated paper is a hard thing to find. I also thought, like, can I just get some white paper and like paint it? I mean, does that sound crazy? I don't know. But anywho, so after I finish the Halloween doodles, I want to get this guy. And I think this one, the Halloween doodles, I think is pretty small. I think it's like 2,000 stitches or less. This one, I believe is actually like 1,700 stitches. It looks like it's a lot more than that. But I guess it's not. So we'll finish him. I think I can finish those two by the end of October. And then the last project that I wanted to start in October is called Hildeboo and Sundaflowers 2 by Brenda Gervais. So this is the one that's a little bit bigger. I have this, what's it called? Plum in 36 count on fiber from Fiber on a Whim. I think this will be really cute. I'm hoping I'm not going to have any issues. Let's see, where's my floss? Is this the floss? Yeah, this is the floss. I'm hoping that my purple is going to show up on this. So let's see. But those are my colors that I'm planning. Ooh, there's the purple. I don't know. It might be kind of close. We might have to do like a little test swatch on this purple before I actually start this to see if this is a good color to do this on. But they used a dark purple, which was 40 count 18th Century Blackbird by R&R Productions. I think I looked for that before and I couldn't find anything. Also, this purple is just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm really hoping that this purple will work out. And actually something just occurred to me. I'm gonna be talking about some haul next, and I found a local needlework store that is completely new to me. So if this purple doesn't work, I can maybe go check out what they have in store. So stay tuned for more information on that. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about is a little bit of haul, and I guess a little bit of story time before that. So I met up with a group of Stitchy people that is local to me a few weeks ago. That was the first time I had attended that group, and they had told me about a local shop that also has cross stitch. And I had been to this, it was a quilt store before, and I had been there before, but it was really small, and I don't remember seeing any cross stitch there, but also I wasn't into cross stitch at the time, so I wouldn't have been looking for it. So my new friends had told me about this new place, and yesterday I was on a site visit for work, and after that we all went out to lunch together. As I'm driving through the little town, I'm thinking to myself, oh yeah, I've totally forgot, you know, there's this little like shop that I wanted to check out here. And we ate lunch 1 block away from this store. So of course, after we ate, and I was thinking about this the whole time during lunch, I could not think about the cross stitch store that I was about to go to. So, and then I tried to get some of the people there to go with me. I didn't have any takers. But anyways, so I went to the cross stitch store, and I only had like 15 or 20 minutes because I really needed to like leave and go back home and like get back to work because it was a work day. So I only spent 15 minutes in there. I definitely plan to go back at some time. But I also did quite a lot of damage in that 15 minutes. So I'll show you what that is now. And then also I wanted to say I had originally planned on talking about like a virtual haul, or having like a little virtual haul section, because I'm personally trying to stitch more from the things from my stash and like buying less things online. You know, you see people show things in Flosstube and on Instagram, and it's like, oh, a shiny new thing, I need that now. But really and truly, actually, let's see. Again, I love my Notion app. So just for some reference, I have 19 fully kitted projects. I have 24 partially kitted projects. So I know I have the patterns for all of those projects. I also have 43 projects in my stash, or 43 patterns in my stash. And then I have 64 things on my wish list. So originally what I was planning to do was to show you some of the things that I had added to my like digital and virtual wish list. And then I don't want to buy anything that hasn't already been on my wish list, to try to keep my purchases down, and also, again, stitch from stash. But I found a new cross stitch store, and I had to support them. Also, a majority of these things were on my wish list, and so I will talk about those. Well, one of the things that wasn't on my wish list, but is always good, is some more fabric. I got a 32 count Milk and Honey from Fiber on a Whim. So that's that. So a couple of things that were on my wish list. Okay, where am I going to start? Okay, I guess we'll start with this one. With Thy Hands from Teresa Kogut. I've been in love with this little sampler since she showed it. So hopefully we can start it next year. We'll see. I also got 12 Days of Christmas Stockings by Annie Beecher. Oh gosh, so adorable. So I talked about my Halloween plans in this video. I do have some plans for November, for like the last bit of fall. And then I had already planned out what I was going to be stitching in December, and now I have this, so that may change. So we'll have to decide on that. But this was on my wish list. And then I also got Seasonal Courier, Blackbirds of Autumn by Robin Pickens. This is a series. She's got 4 different ones that are all seasonal little stitches with birds. If you haven't noticed, I'm really into birds. I'm planning to do a kit parade, and there's going to be 5 million birds in that kit parade. But this was on my wish list. I want to stitch all of them. This was the only one that they had in stock though, so I'll have to let them know they need to order the other ones. And then the last 2 things that I got, one was not necessarily on my wish list, but I've put it back and forth into my cart, I swear, like 10 times when I'm making some purchases online. But this is the 2023 Collector's Heart Heart and Hand. So it's a little kit from Heart and Hand. It comes with the floss from Cottage Garden Threads and like a little piece of linen, and I believe it's a 32 count linen. Actually, I'll have to look at it. It's either 32 or 36. But I like that, and so I got it. And then the last one that I got, I had never seen this before, but it was so cute, I just couldn't pass it up. This is called Elizabeth's 4 Dogs from the Scarlet House, and there it is. Apparently Elizabeth had 4 dogs, and then it says Elizabeth Campbell, aged 11, 1892. I think I'm gonna put my name and my age on mine whenever I do it. I can't remember who I was watching the other day, but they were joking about putting their age on, I think it was like a sampler that they were working on, and I say go for it. I think that would be so cute. This doesn't come with a alphabet. I wish things like this would come with a full alphabet, so that you can personalize it, because I mean, I guess there's those purists out there that want to stitch it exactly like it was, but I mean, Elizabeth Campbell like means nothing to me, so I'm gonna put my name on there. I don't have 4 dogs. I only have 1 dog and 1 cat. But so I might have to do some personalization, but we'll see. But most of the letters in my name are in her name, so I think I can make it work to put my name on there. But that's it. And that's it for my haul. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you liked this content, please click the subscribe button. I believe I'm like a little over 800 subscribers, so I'm want to do a giveaway if we get to 1,000 subscribers. So go ahead and subscribe so that we can do that, and I will see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye. Today is Friday, September the 27th, and that's not what I wanted to say.